All right, guys, it's Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. I appreciate you guys for tapping in right now with me. I'm Crypto with Paul, and you are watching The Coin Zone. This is our YouTube channel. You know, we go live every single day during the week now. That is what we do. If you guys haven't tapped in and subscribed yet, you should probably do that for me as well. So make sure you do that. Today's topics, I really just want to run through the sentiment right now. Right? We had this biggest liquidation event over the weekend. There's a lot of people that are panicking, thinking about exiting the markets. I want to bring some clarity and a chill pill to people, possibly, right? On this stream. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to look at the Kabisi letter. We're going to look at a ton of other different posts here, one by Brian Armstrong. We're actually going to look at something from Alex Becker and just a couple other things as well. Just really seeing what are going on in the markets here. But to get started, let's just dive right into this one real quick. So I just want to show you guys this and focus on this, the Kabisi letter. We like the Kabisi letter here. What is going on right now, guys? So to give you some perspective, what I always like to implore everybody watching is to zoom out a little bit. Because as someone who's been in this space for 5 years now, and that's really not even a long time. A lot of the people I interact with, especially the last episode that we just had, last interview that we just had on the Coin Zone here, just to switch it real quick. Guys, this is probably our biggest interview yet on the channel. If you guys don't know who Armando Pantoja is, Tall Guy Tycoon, he has like 900,000 followers on Instagram almost. I think over 70,000 here on X. A lot on YouTube and TikTok as well, but we had an amazing discussion about XRP, Ethereum. I mean, he was buying Bitcoin at $80, Ethereum at $6. So if you want perspective from someone in the space who's been in it a lot longer than me, go watch this last interview that we just did. This is one of my favorite sit downs. If you guys haven't subbed to the channel yet, go ahead and do that for me as well. But definitely don't want to miss this interview, guys. Go check it out right after this live stream is done. Awesome, awesome interview there. So let's just get back to it from the Kabisi letter. I want to point this out because perspective is good, guys. Crypto adoption has barely started. The market cap of crypto just exceeded a record $4 trillion, yet 75% of investors have zero exposure to crypto right now. We are still early, he points out. This is from Kalshi. Breaking, searches for buy Bitcoin have not reached, have not reached the highs of 2017 and 2021. Just give you this real quick. What does this tell you? It means that this is retail, guys. Right? Institutions, big guys, they do this all the time for a living. They're not the ones searching, maybe some of them on Google, but they have data points that are given to them, handed to them. A guy like Larry Fink has algorithms doing it for him as well, right? But this is retail right here. We haven't seen searches for buy Bitcoin peak yet, like we have for previous cycles. Now, right now, the key indicators to focus on when talking about altcoin season is obviously, if you don't know, Bitcoin dominance. Why don't we take a look at what Bitcoin dominance is doing right now? This is probably the most important in general. If we're below 60, this is always what kicks off altcoin season, guys. Okay, so Google searches for buy Bitcoin are not even that high right now. A little shocking considering we're hitting all-time highs and it seems like no one cares. People are focused on the alts. It's crazy. Okay, but once this gets below like a 55 and into like the 40s, like that's when I think personally that we're going to see Ethereum really start to pick up. This might even pick up. Ethereum dominance might pick up a little bit, considering you guys, we still have guys like Tom Lee that I believe was just on the Bankless podcast talking about how JP Morgan, if they went fully on the blockchain, they'd be a much more efficient bank. Institutions, banks, etc., companies are onboarding into blockchain, and a lot of them are choosing Ethereum. We're seeing RWA be big right now, Avalanche, Ondo. There's a ton of altcoins that are going to start getting huge interest, and it will lead to adoption, guys. A lot of these top blue chip crypto projects are going to start seeing adoption. It's just a matter of time. It's not when, or excuse me, it's not if, it's when. All right, so this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. As we've seen throughout the time here, this was at 44% and it climbed back up. We're at 50, right? So this is important. This was in January, right? This was when, the November to January time frame, crypto was doing very well. A lot of blue chips were up very, very big. So these are metrics and things that we want to look at and keep our eyes on. Okay? Very, very important things. Let's just kick it over to Brian Armstrong. Again, more perspective, zooming out. Crypto market cap at 4 trillion. We just pointed that out. Global equities market cap, 100 trillion. That's 25 times bigger. What did I just talk about? What are we doing? We're bringing the outdated financial system on chain. And that is a huge opportunity. And again, when you zoom out and have this long-term perspective, you're not going to bring the entire world on chain overnight. It's not going to happen. You're going to see things slowly roll out. You're going to see big partnerships slowly start to happen. We just saw a big partnership, I believe, the S&P and Chainlink, Chainlink, XRP, Ethereum, so many more altcoins, guys. Solana, ADA in some senses, Avalanche, like I said, Ondo, Hedera. These are all cryptocurrencies that have been laying the groundwork and forming partnerships. XLM, there's definitely some sleepers in there as well. But this is what's going on. And it's important to point out because statements like this that Brian Armstrong just made give you perspective. And again, if you're just here to make a quick buck, day trading or short-term trading, yes, it can work. Yes, you can make great money. But the best strategy to confirm and guarantee that you're going to make money is to buy and hold over time into good projects. A lot of the time, the best thing to do is nothing, is be boring. Now, this past weekend, again, if you were using leverage, you probably got liquidated. And these are the times that want to make people leave. And that's why in my videos, I implore you guys, if you're just getting into this, unless you're a seasoned veteran, I don't think day trading or using leverage is for you. You're putting on massive risk. This is a time where you should just be doing a lot of research, finding and listening to people that you trust, and finding projects that you like and that you trust and that you think could have long-term potential or good price action potential with good teams and a good community, potentially ones that are driving home and making revenue, good partnerships, continuing to advance the chain. Right now, we see a lot of focus, yes, on AI and RWA, but it seems like privacy is starting to make a big comeback. All right, this is something Alex Becker just touched on. Privacy, AI, energy, and robotics. Alt FOMO will rise into these few coins. There's truly only a handful in each industry that can be taken seriously. They will run to billions. Then even the hooligan vaporware will run to hundreds of millions. Then we buy hippos. All right. Hippos, out of all things. Yes, guys. I have to agree with Alex Becker here, however. Okay. The train is leaving the station. Right? Hope you guys like the sound effects. Make sure to tap in, sub to the channel if you do. Hit the gong and have some fun here. It's hump day, guys. We're talking about hippos. Alex Becker's feature on the channel today. There's a lot of nonsense going on, but we're locked in as well. A lot of genuine advice is trying to be laid out here by your boy Crypto with Paul here on the Coin Zone, because I don't want to see weekends get shaken out and then see the market pump and your altcoins go up 10, 20, 30x and you miss out on it. That would really suck. Again, to back up yesterday's stream, I talked about it, right? Thanksgiving's around the corner. Christmas is around the corner. You're going to have events where you're going to see your family members. If you've been on social media talking to your friends and family, talking a big talk and saying you're going to get rich soon, whatever you're probably saying. Ooh, crypto, ooh. You're going to want to give them some good things when you see them on these holidays. Okay, or else your Aunt Carol's going to pull up with the freaking gravy and the, I don't know, the freaking gravy and the mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving, and she's going to say, "Oh, buddy, how's your little crypto coins doing?" Oh. And what do you want to say? You want to say, "Oh, I got liquidated and I dipped and I got sad and I don't want to do it anymore?" Or do you want to say, "Yeah, I've been holding strong and accumulating because, you know, things are going up. This is the future. I'm actually up a little bit in my investments. You should check these things out." Which one looks better, guys? I'm just giving you the perspective. That's all we do here. Okay. I'm not a financial guru. I'm not this, I'm not that. But again, I do have 5 years of experience in this. And I have portfolios that I've had since 2022 and 2023 that to this day are up over 200%. Okay. It's good to diversify. It's good to have multiple different portfolios and bags in different areas. So again, you know, I've shared it on my Instagram before. I've talked about it on my X before. I've shared the screenshots, and I still do to this day to show you guys I'm not fibbing. Okay, and a big part of why I've been successful in this space is because I don't use leverage. Right? I don't day trade. I buy and hold in projects that I believe in. And over time, like I said, it's been 5 years, right? Over time, some of those plays just have gone up in value. That's how you win. That's it. It's the old Warren Buffett thesis, that and compounding over time. After 30 years, you look up, wow, up big. But if you day traded, you could have missed out on a lot of that compounding, right? That's the beautiful thing about something like Ethereum right now. We have institutions, right? BlackRock, SharpLink Gaming, right? Joe Lubin. There's a lot of these guys that are trying to get into staking now because they realize that is another way and form of compounding, right? You have Bitcoin mining companies because that's a form of compounding. Not only is it going to compound and go up because of price action, but you're constantly adding more to the bag via staking or mining. And again, there's many different ways to go about yield in this space. And that can also be risky too. That's why people don't believe in proof of stake projects. They just believe in proof of work as a beauty of art. However, you know, proof of stake, if done correctly, I think could be just as good and secure. I think ADA is an example of that. That's why I like ADA so much. However, there are chains out there that are a proof of stake model that maybe lack security, are centralized, etc., etc. But it's just all the way you want to go about it, guys. There's 100 different ways to make yield in this space now, and it's ever evolving. It's getting better. It's getting worse. Obviously, we've seen in the past a lot of bad things have happened when individuals try to offer you yielding opportunities, right? Celsius, Voyager, they took on leverage. They offered you over 10%, 15% yields, right? I'm not saying anything with the yield that high is a scam because that's not true. There are some great protocols out there that can offer some pretty interesting things. But for the most part, you have to really look into what you're doing. A little bit of yield, you know, if you have a couple $1,000s at the end of the year, you make, whoa, $300 more after 12 months. Is that worth it if you end up losing your entire bag? No, it's not. So, you know, just be cautious with everything you're doing because, you know, we've seen that happen with individuals before as well. FTX happened. People lost their entire bag. All right, so you can't trust these people, even if what they're offering is enticing. All right, just make sure that whatever you're doing, it's on a secure blockchain and it's with good projects. For example, Bitcoin OS and Cardano earning the thought of earning yield on my Bitcoin on Cardano is super interesting to me. And I wouldn't be that interested in it if it was something that was done on Solana or something else, possibly, just my personal opinion, because the security really isn't there. And I'm sure half or more, I'm sure a lot of true Bitcoiners that are, you know, pure maxis or just they have a lack of trust for other altcoins. I'm sure a lot of them really don't even care about these yielding opportunities with Bitcoin because they don't want to lose their stack. And that's perfectly fine. I totally get it. But again, if you are a project like ADA in my eyes, and you can earn 4%, 5% yield on Bitcoin, I'm willing to explore that. Absolutely. Because again, guys, you know, these protocols that are built on top of a chain like ADA, they're built utilizing the security that the chain offers. And so far, ADA's never been hacked. It's never had downtime. That's why I like it. I like it for a ton of different reasons, but I trust it. I've had my money sitting in ADA and some sitting in a protocol on ADA, just earning yield passively for 5 years, and I've never had an issue. It's truly a blessing. So again, you got to make sure you know what you're doing here. And yeah, that's truly it. So why don't we get back to some other things here? This is pretty interesting instead as well, guys, I meant to say. It's from Coin Bureau. New crypto bill is out. The Retirement Investment Choice Act aims to codify Trump's executive order, allowing crypto and private equity in 401k retirement plans. This could be super big. We're talking trillions of dollars. Okay, we're talking the biggest of the biggest. All of a sudden, your Uncle Joe that you might see on Thanksgiving, right? Let's say he's actually been looking at some of your content. He's actually been tapping in because he's a fan of Larry Fink and now Jim Cramer, right? Mr. Jimmy Crames, okay? Maybe your Uncle Jim knows Jimmy Cramer. And he's been saying, hey, I've seen Jim been talking about this Bitcoin and Ethereum thing now. Like it's legit. It's legit, huh? And you're going on Thanksgiving and you're on your second plate. You're on your second plate of turkey, mashed potatoes. I don't know what else you guys have on your Thanksgiving dinner. A lot of people think mac and cheese is controversial. I've never had it on my dinner. Chat, let me know. Is mac and cheese a staple for you guys? I don't know, but let's imagine you're on your second plate. Your Uncle Jim is like, hey, what are we doing here? I now have the option to put some of my 401k into Bitcoin and ETH and Solana and XRP. Should I do it? It's pretty big, guys. You're going to have guys meeting with their brokers and saying, hey, there's this Dogecoin thing. And should I do it? You know, it seems to actually go up right now over the past year. It's up higher, right? Why don't we do this real quick? Dogecoin. This is Bitcoin in the past year, up 64%. What's Dogecoin up in the past year? This is still a top 10 cryptocurrency, guys. Dogecoin's up 71%. So Dogecoin is outpacing Bitcoin this year. Kind of insane to see. What's ADA doing at 67 cents, up 91% this year? Okay, XRP is probably going to be up like 200. 343, my word. XRP people have had probably the best year because they're finally getting a big amount of legitimacy and laughing at people who called XRP a scam for a long time. So kudos to you guys. We just interviewed a big XRP bull on the channel. Again, guys, yes, I'm shilling our last video, but it's that good. This is one of the best discussions I've had in a long time with Armando Patoja. Go check out this interview, guys. I promise you, you're not going to not like it. You're going to learn a lot too. There's a lot going on here with AI, with XRP, etc. So if you're an XRP bull, you're going to like this video, okay? Let's get back to Coinbase. What else has been going on? We talked about it yesterday. Zcash has been making a comeback. Privacy coins are starting to be in the forefront again. So a lot of things going on. BitTensor is now finally down on the day after having a great run up over the weekend and the past couple of days as well. Chat, if you're with me right now, why don't we have a little bit of fun here? Let me know what you're looking at for Q4 here. You know, we had a Lark Davis post. Okay, why don't we go back to that Lark Davis post? Shout out to Lark. But it's a good question, okay? It's a good question, guys. If you can hold one cryptocurrency for the entire Q4, maybe that should be worded differently. Which one would you choose? Okay, it's spooky season. Why is it spooky? Because if you choose the wrong one and you can only hold one, you're going to miss out on gains. That would not be fun. That would suck, right? Yes, So Vijay, shout out to Vijay. Someone else that we interviewed already on the channel, big Caspa guy. Shout out to Vijay. Hope you're doing well, brother. He says Caspa. Interesting to look at the comments here. I locked down Bitcoin, IOTA. Okay. Caspa. Wow. Okay. A lot of Caspa here. Link, Chainlink, 100%. Bitcoin, Pax G, XRP, ADA, SUI, XRP, Bitcoin, CRO. We just did a CRO interview. You will see that next week on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Also, our last video, again, gassing ourselves up, 6.3K, right? CRO, Donald Trump, go check out that video, doing very well for us, guys. But let's just get back to this here. What else are people saying? What else are people looking at right now on the channel for Q4? XRP, seeing a lot of the same things. DYOR, do your own research. That sounds like a meme at this point. Do your own research crypto. I wouldn't doubt it. Dog on Bitcoin. We just did a video about Dog recently as well. About Dog, Dogecoin, and Shiba Inu. Go check that out. I am personally a fan of Dog. ETH, Solar, BNB, safe bets. Yes, I guess so. At this point, Link, Bitcoin, Solana, ADA, Ondo Finance, ADA, ETH, XRP, USDC. Okay. USDC? Who is this? This is a freaking, okay. USDC, brother. How about we're going to ignore that one. But yes, guys, Fartcoin, maybe not. Okay. Interesting chain here. But seeing a lot of the same things. Maybe that is eye-opening, guys. What do we see the most of just now? We saw people comment top blue coin chips. XRP, Solana, ADA, ETH, Bitcoin, Chainlink, right? We see a little bit of Caspa. Not really as high up as these other ones. Maybe not considered a blue chip right now in the eyes of everybody. But to see consistency in the comments is very, very interesting. Now, I do want to point out something, a brand new cryptocurrency that could actually be pretty big. This is pure speculation. So like I said, guys, we are having a little bit of fun. Prosperity, thank you for commenting. PDAI. Okay, I am having a bit of trouble just speaking today for some reason. Prosperity, we appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, guys, I mean, what I want to show you right now, okay? I'm about to break the news to you guys about something big that is brand new. I don't know if you guys know about this. Let's see. Okay, and I can't find it. What all? Let's go to all, and it's not here. USDR, I'm pretty sure, is on CoinMarketCap at this point. There's not a filter, I don't believe, but USDR. Do some digging on USDR. This is a brand new cryptocurrency, and a lot of people are tying this to the Reserve and Donald Trump. It has very interesting takes I've seen online. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Let's find USDR. I actually really want to talk to you guys about this because it could be very big. In the meantime, chat, continue to comment what you guys think. I'm very curious. God damn it. What the hell? Very curious to know what you guys think, what you guys are personally holding for the next 4 to 6 months or so here, because I think this could be interesting. But as I try to find this USDR, yes, let's see here. Why does it keep bringing up Tether and Trump coin? That is not what I'm looking for. Hate to see it. Bro, WTF. All right, I'm trying to find this shit for you guys, but it's not working. So we were going to do this. You guys let me know I'll come back and possibly do another stream on this later today. I'll find it then. We'll get to it then. But in the meantime, more bullish news, okay? The point of this live is to tell you guys to zoom out, and that right now I believe is still a bullish environment. And if you are thinking about leaving the markets, here's some perspective. Maybe consider not doing that. Hold strong. Have those good conversations at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Tell your Aunt Carol I said what's good. Let's talk about Scott Bessent. So, Mr. Scotty doesn't know. Okay, Treasury Secretary Bessent says we are about to see major gains in investment, productivity, and job growth across America. Great. Who believes him? I do. I am a fan of Scott. I think he's a smart man, and I believe him here. I agree with him with him here. Okay, I don't think that right now we are going to be entering a bear market. I think we will see a big leg up, a big run up, and we will see altcoin season. And then afterwards, yes, we can have dramatic corrections and drawdowns and possibly enter a bear market as usual, per usual. Now, it seems like timing wise, maybe we are a little bit behind the buck. Raoul Pal has his theories when it comes to this about global debt and global governments buying back that debt at a 3 to 4 year clip, which now looks like more closer to a 5-year clip. It used to coincide very well with the Bitcoin 4-year halving, but maybe since that is a little bit different now, it threw off the markets, maybe because we have large institutions and BlackRock buying up billions. That has changed things because we've never seen that in the past. So all these things are healthy to take into consideration, and it's positive to look at all different angles and sides, guys. But from everything from Scott Bessent to Brian Armstrong to Coin Bureau talking about, the new crypto bill, to this right here as well, just in US approves Erebor, I don't even know, a new crypto bank backed by Palmer Luckey and Peter Thiel. They aim to be the most the quote unquote, the most regulated entity conducting and facilitating stablecoin transactions. This can be big, guys. This could be very big. Okay, we've seen Operation Choke Point 2.0 and 3.0 here in America with Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan, Bank of America, etc. The Biden administration, Gary Gensler, really come after companies. We've seen banks offer very high fees, not give loans to crypto companies. There's been a pushback and a central control that is pushing back against what these crypto companies are doing and the prosperity of the entire industry and space. It's not been good, but all these things are a step in the right direction. I do think that we are going to have a bright future here. If you zoom out, we already have Binance at a new all-time high, Bitcoin's at a new all-time high. ETH is going to be shooting up and I think soon blowing past its all-time high, which it hit recently. I think we're going to see other blue chip cryptocurrencies finally pick up steam and blow past their previous all-time highs. And we're going to continue to see the space move forward. So that's my take on it. Once again, if you guys haven't subbed us on YouTube, please do that. If you want to subscribe and support in any way, that would be the way to do it. Make sure to like this video if you like the streams here, if you felt like you got value from it. And that's it, guys. Go follow me on X personally, all right? Crypto with Paul. That is me. Not to shill, but I just like interacting with you guys. I want you guys to let me know what you're looking at right now these last couple months. What do you think will be the thing for you? What are you holding? What coins are you looking at? And again, go make sure to check out our interview with Armando Pantoja. Once again, guys, he is a big figure in the space here, has been involved in cryptocurrency since the very beginning, since Bitcoin was first around. Very smart guy, won the IBM Blockchain Award. He has his own book. He's very focused on AI, on crypto in the future. He's an XRP bull. He's a futurist. So go check that out, guys. Our last interview on the channel just came out today. All right. That's all I got from you guys for now. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Once again, as I said, I'm Crypto with Paul. You're watching The Coin Zone. I'll be back for another stream later today. So make sure to tap back in when I'm back. I'll see you then.